This is take two, and if this doesn't work, I'm gonna really just like break this phone. I'm sick of it. But this is take two. I don't know what happened. Take two, cut off. Take one, cut off in the middle when I was not done. So kind of annoyed. Y'all, when I tell you that my eyebrows are going gray, I'm upset. I am getting gray hair in my eyebrows, gray hair in my head, gray hair. Yeah, I don't like it. So anyway, I just get annoyed, it's like, damn with the phone, man, it's like, well, that's why you should get a bigger camera. Do you got money for me to buy another camera? Shoot. If y'all got money for me to buy a camera, come on through, I'll buy the camera. Like, anyway, this is take two. And I know I said I would not come back on until this crap here was off my face, but I did have to come on and tell you about my weekend. So, because I'm highly annoyed and pissed off, and I did all this other stuff in the other video, that whatever happened to the phone, it shut off in the middle. I don't know why. I'm going to try to keep this short, because now I don't even have the patience to re-talk about everything I talked about in the first video. So anyway, I went to a teacher self-care conference in Chicago. It was on Saturday. It was at John Murphy School on Drake and Grace Street in Irving Park. And great school, beautiful school, very much a vintage school. You could see that it's an old school and that they try to like modernize it a little bit, but you can definitely see my bed squeaks. Sorry, I'm sitting on my bed. You can definitely see the vintage touches. Anyway, great conference all about mindfulness and teacher self-care, because the education system is killing us, and that is why you have the high turnover. If we don't walk away, we'll end up dead. Plain and simple. So if those of us who are deciding to stay in this profession, and I use that term loosely, we need to practice better teacher self-care. We do. And we talked about a lot of things. We talked about meditation. We talked about taking time for you. We talked about, don't take all the work home, and you don't have to spend every day grading, and just have a day for yourself that's for you, that you take care. But also, as this profession becomes more stressful by the day, you need to up your level of self-care and be really diligent about it, because I don't have, for better or for worse, I don't have a spouse or partner, and I don't have children. So I don't have other things pulling at my time. So my level of self-care worked for the past, for what was going on in the past. These children they're getting worse. The kids are getting worse. They just are. Life is getting worse. Life is getting scary and worse for all of us. And ergo, the children are responding to it, and it's just not good. It's just not a good space. So what I was doing for self-care before, it's fine. It's definitely fine, but I need to up it. I need to add something to it, because yeah. I mean, a lot of women, they're like, I have my kids, and I have my husband, and I have my career, and I'm doing all these things, and, and my kids have sports, and I'm involved in all these committees, and no, I'm not on any committees. I'm not a part of a sorority. I'm just saying, I'm not a part of a sorority. I don't do all these outside committee activities for my kids, and, I'm not helping my husband run a business. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just me. So yes, I get plenty of sleep, and yes, I take vacations, and yes, I listen to the music I want to listen to, and yes, I eat the things I want to eat, ergo I'm fat. And yes, I do all other things that I've been doing for self-care. And I usually could make it to, the different holiday breaks that we have, and I'd be rejuvenated. And well, because of the nature of the children I have this year, I can't do it anymore. So, last year I took days off for health reasons. I had a couple health issues. So I did take those days. And last year was the first year I took more than 2 days off. I always take a day or two. Like I will always, in the past, I would take a day. I would take like one day a year. As I taught more, I would take 2 days a year. But it would be fine. Like if I took a day here or there, like one per quarter or semester, I'd be okay. So, we get 10 days. They don't accrue. Like every school I worked at, we got 10 days. They didn't accrue, but you get paid out, and you'd get take 10 days that you could take a year. Okay, no problem. So for most of my career, I never took any days because I could always make it to the breaks and I would be fine because I didn't have any other things pulling at me in my life. So, okay, no problem. But as education has really gotten kind of bad, yeah, education is really in a very messed up place from the top to the bottom, from the outside to the inside. I can no longer just take a day. And as I've gotten older, I've had health issues, so I've had to take more than one day. But still, I've never taken more than a couple. So last year was the first time that I took 4 of the 10 days. And now that's going to be my norm. In fact, I'm going to take 5. We get 10 days and I'm taking half of them days from now on for the rest of my career, wherever I work, whether they accrue or not. I'm going to do several 3-day weekends. I just am. Because I don't agree with a lot of things that are said to me in this system. I don't agree with it. I just don't agree. Here's my thing. Here's why I don't agree. You will tell me all day long to love a child more that's straight up violent towards me. But if that was a man, you tell me to leave the relationship. Now it's funny to me that an 8-year-old can do it, but a 38-year-old couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was with a 38-year-old man and he was calling me out my name, talking to me like a dog, standing in front of me with his fist balled up, yelling at me, putting me down, disrespecting me in every way, you would be like, why are you accepting this abuse? Get out of there. Love yourself more. But an 8-year-old child, oh, love him more. Hug him more. He needs more love than everyone else. Treat him differently. No. Teaching him that he can abuse and get love is not smart. Because then when he's doing it as a 28-year-old man, you're going to judge him. You're going to say, boy, he wasn't raised right. No, he wasn't. Because when he was 8 and punching people, you told everybody to hug him. The point is, I'm not saying hate him. I'm not saying don't teach him. I'm not saying don't even love him. I am saying that you draw the line in the sand. Violence towards me is not acceptable. If you feel like you want love or respect or anything from me, first of all, you got to at least allow. If you're not young, if you're not smart enough, or if you're too young to understand that you have to come with that, then understand that, you're not going to get what you want from people being a jerk. And even if you do, one day that's going to dry up. Like a lot of times kids can be really crappy and get a lot of things that they want and it confuses them. They feel like that works. They was going to get to a point where that stops working. And then they're going to be confused. You let me act this way all this time and now it's wrong. So we don't correct behaviors enough. We just don't. We just, our thought process on correcting behaviors is just wrong to me. A kid should not be able to damage other people in that room because they're damaged. And we just sit there and hug them and love them and it's okay and they need you more. So, is it okay for me to openly tell the kids in the room who don't act that way that they need less love? No, you fired me. That's what I'm saying. You can't, the stupid shit. It's just stupid. You're going to tell me to give more love to a violent child. Is it okay for me to openly say that though? Johnny hits all of you. So I got to love him more and love you less. You'd fire my ass. So don't tell me to do some shit that if I say it out loud, you'd fire my black ass. So I don't appreciate it. It's like we've got to figure this out in a better way. It's like, frankly, sometimes the child who ain't saying shit is the one that needs you more. There are kids in there who are completely silent, who are on fire on the inside and ain't saying a word. But the one that's throwing the chair all the time, go love him more and ignore the rest. That's what it sounds like you're saying to me, so it's just madness. So we talked about a lot of different things in the conference. I even broke down on one of them because I have 5 really difficult kids, and I'm sorry, they're violent. They're emotionally and verbally and physically violent, and it is a lot to deal with in a day. And I started crying before I could stop myself because it was just hard. So anyway, it's the Educators Room. They're on Instagram and Facebook, and they're on Twitter. Look them up. They have one in San Antonio coming up in January, and they have another one coming up in June in Atlanta. I'm going to the Atlanta one because I'm going to hang out with Schoolhouse Rap. So I want to go to the conference again with her. So I went with Annalita Buchanan, otherwise known as Naturally Niani, otherwise known as Wrapped in Education. And I also visited with Elisa Lopez, otherwise known as the Emergent Educator. You're amazing, Elisa. Go in there and do you and be you, and don't worry about anything else. It will be just fine. She knows what I'm talking about. And I stayed at the Motel 6 in Bridgeview, and I would not recommend you stay there. Now, I'm not saying don't stay at a Motel 6, because I've stayed at several that were fine. But the one in Bridgeview has roaches. And I could barely sleep in the room because it didn't show up the first night. It showed up the second night. And so the first night I slept there, I was fine, but woke up the next day and I saw roaches crawling. And like the second night I had to sleep in the room, I had to literally sit on the bed and wait till my body fell out and sleep because I could not physically close my eyes because I was too afraid that something would crawl on me. So I had to actually sit in the bed and wait till I actually fell over and fell asleep so I could go to sleep. Because I mean, it's like I had to drive back home, so I couldn't be up all night, but trying to actually lay down and force myself to sleep, I could not do it. I had to literally wait till I did that before I could. So great conference, great weekend with my girls, and we stop being martyrs. I mean, I say this all the time. And, there was great speakers, and it was wonderful, and it was great to just be in a room with a group of women and like 3 guys. There was like 3 male teachers there. It was just great to be there. People from all different, parts of the country, Nebraska, Texas, California, Detroit, people who actually lived in Chicago. So it was fantastic, and it's just a fantastic idea. And I'm like, I'm gonna shoot her an email, the person who put it together, and be like, if you ever think about it, come to Detroit, please. We need you here too. Because Detroit, we have a special set of problems. We do. We got a special set of problems. So I'm committed to upping my self-care, which means not only getting back to working out more, and I'm not trying to make any promises, but I do need to get back working more. I need to up my energy level. I'm adding massages to my self-care now. So, and not every month, like every other month, I'm going to go get a massage somewhere. Even if it's just my feet, but I'm going to go get a massage somewhere. And yeah, I'm taking my days. I get 10 days a year. I'm taking 5 of the 10 days. So no more not taking the days, whether it's for sickness, illness, or just being home. Yeah, when I feel like I'm becoming overwhelmed, I'm going to take a day. I'm going to do it. Got to. I don't have any other help or assistance or support. So if I don't take care of me, who will? And I have been, but sometimes you do have to up your game. And that's my whole point of this video. A lot of us do self-care, but as the stresses in your life multiply, so should the self-care, and it's not really a revolutionary idea, but women are socialized to put themselves last, and we've got to stop that. We've got to break so many of those chains, ladies. Break it hard. So I don't know. I said I wouldn't come back on with my face messed up, but I did want to talk about the conference and just be the best teacher that you can be the teacher that you want to be, like I've always said. And self-care is important. And up your self-care game. I mean, thank you, CJ Reynolds, for saying that. Up your self-care game. I got to take better care of myself, period. And we've got a lot of things wrong in education. We just do. We have so much wrong, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to stomach it. I don't know how to continue to deal with it, but I'm going to figure this out. And, it's what I do, and yes, you're right. Find another job, do something different. Okay, you're right. But until then, I've got to take better care of myself, period. So thanks for listening. It's like 3 in the morning that I'm doing this because I've been asleep because I didn't sleep last I didn't sleep comfortably last night. So when I got home, I fell out. Like I got home, I ate some dinner, I called everybody like I'm home, I'm great, and I went to sleep till about 1 o'clock. So I got home at about 6, went to sleep at about 7, and I'm back up at 1. So I've been up a little while. So I don't know what else to say. Follow me on Instagram at Black Teachers Matter 45, and just be safe out there. So much death and dying and killing and suicide. Like this new world we living in is really messing with all of our mental health. So take care of your mental health, because this is it's so real out here. I mean, you guys watch the news, you know what I'm talking about. So many scary bad things keep happening, and I guess any one of us could be next. So live your best life and take care of yourself. And I guess I'll be back on, I don't know. This is either stress or menopause, but something. I gotta do something about it because it's getting on my nerves. I don't like the way it makes my face look. I struggle with my looks in the first place, and looking like a troll ain't helping. So thank you for listening. I appreciate all of you. You are fantastic, amazing, beautiful, wonderful, awesome, and just outrageously fantastic and great. You are. And you're a whole lot of bad things too. Look, we're human beings. There's things about you that ain't shit, and there's things about you that are great. Work on all of it. Work to be even greater, and work to fix some of that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like my cousin, find your way to the left off my page. I do it. Get your life together. So, thank you. You appreciate it. And I'll be back to update you on my life later. I'm tired and I'm going to bed because I'm off tomorrow. It's Monday and I'm off on Monday. Yay. Bye. Self-care rocks. Check out the Educators Room on Instagram. And if you're in San Antonio, Texas, Atlanta, or Miami, they're coming to you. So teachers, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. It was $90. It was $100. It was great. We had lunch and we had snacks and there were vendors, and it was really wonderful. And the best part about it, it was just teachers loving on each other and hugging on each other and saying that you're fantastic, and just we're all there for the same purpose. So it was great. Teacher self-care conference. Do it. Go. The Educators Room. Find them. I love you. Goodbye.